an Allegheny County executive is targeted by a supernatural entity. His family is terrorized in their own home. Their only hope is to call in a religious team in hopes of saving their family and sanity. Join us tonight as we venture into the Demon House on Brownsville Road. I'm David Tomsic, and this is Nights Around the Fire. Again, welcome. We're glad you can join us tonight on Nights Around the Fire. While you're here, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to our channel, or as Sue always says,
squash that like button.
It really helps us out. So, Sue, what's going on tonight?
So let's go into the house, the Demon of Brownsville Roadhouse, which is 3406 Brownsville Road here in Pittsburgh. And we are basing it off of the book, The Demon of Brownsville Road by Bob Cranmer, who is a former Allegheny County commissioner. So,
yeah, this is well known in the Pittsburgh area. Those of you that are from here might have heard about it. The house is not a secret. You can go there. She just gave you the address. And so what really happened there?
Well, you can not only go there, you can spend the night there because it's a bed and breakfast right now, and their website is available and for booking. So if you want me to try to find a pet sitter and go check the place out for us some Friday night, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Send us an email. And if you really like the house, you can buy it because it's currently for sale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a pass.
And it's a cool $500,000.
I'll take a double pass.
If you want Dave and I to buy it, we're going to have to open a Patreon, and you're going to have to get those donations coming in so that Dave and I can put our down payment down on the house. But just a heads up, they don't mind if you visit the house because you read the book and you were interested in the house, but they don't want any ghost hunting. They don't want to wake anything up, so please be respectful of that. And also remember that the house is private property, so don't be weird and don't be rude because the police will arrest you for it.
Right. Okay. Well, now that we have some background there, Sue, what happened there?
Okay. So Bob Cranmer is originally from Brentwood, where the house is located. Brentwood is a suburb of the city of Pittsburgh. They are also known for a very large 4th of July celebration, not as large or as cool as ours here in Canonsburg. I'm throwing that down. Just saying.
Okay.
But he always knew he wanted to own that house. And he saw it as a kid and he felt a connection to the house. So he wanted to own that house. So when his family had the opportunity to move back to Brentwood after his time in the service was completed, the house happened to be on the market and they bought the house.
Okay. Let me ask this. Was it demon possessed when he bought it?
He believes it was, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay,
we'll talk about those a little bit.
I'm just asking, did you willingly go into a house you knew had a demon in it?
He did not, no. But he does believe that the previous owners knew about it.
And they didn't have full disclosure?
No, and he has spoken to some of the previous owners about the history of the house. Okay. So as we said, Bob is a retired veteran. He is a businessman and author, and he was a politician in Allegheny County, where he was the Republican County Commissioner of Allegheny County from 1996 to 2000. He was an Army officer with the 101st Airborne Division and was elected to the Brentwood Council in 1991.
Okay, so this guy has some credentials.
He does.
He seems like a upstanding guy.
Yes.
Not someone that would go out on a limb and create a demon in a house.
Correct.
So, okay, we'll give him that.
We're going to give him that. Do you remember when this was a big story? Like, do you remember when his book came out?
Yeah. And I really didn't put much thought into it, but I remember the story. Never been there. And I'm going to let you know, most likely I won't. Now, if you want to go, Sue, okay, if you want to go, what can go wrong?
We ask that all the time, and usually something does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he buys this house, and he moves in with his family?
He moves in with his family. It's his wife and his 4 small children. They have 1 daughter and 3 sons.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, what happened next here? So
Okay.
Are they like...
So let's talk about the property a little bit. So the property has a long history, and in 1793, around that time, there is credible evidence that there was a murder of a woman and her 3 children by Native Americans.
Boy, we've been down that path
We have
before
been down that
on this
path
very
before.
channel.
Yes. And there is evidence that their grave is on the property.
Oh, so this was a random grave then? It wasn't an official burial and tombstone and such? Is that what we're talking here?
So Bob has done some investigations, and he has done some of the copper rods that Ken has shown us in his video that indicate that there is a grave there. And he tried it with the family dog's grave, and they crossed as they were supposed to. So he tried it on this other area where they believe that there was a grave, and that also crossed. So there is evidence that there is a human grave on this property.
Did they try any other scientific measures to see if there's bones under there, like that machine that sends sound waves into the ground?
The ground penetrating radar?
Yeah.
They did try that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
they did find there is evidence strongly that there is a grave there. So it's a good possibility. And there's also a rumor that George Washington camped on this property.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
He was everywhere here.
He was. All right. So as we said, Bob dreamed about owning this house. His wife's name is Lisa. His son is Bobby Robert Jr. He is the oldest son. There is daughter Jessica, who is the oldest child. And then there are 2 younger sons, David and Charlie. And they moved into the house on December the 12th of 1988.
Quite a while ago.
It was. I think I read one of the articles about the house being for sale, that they have owned the house for 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 35, 40 years, something like that.
While it was demon-possessed?
It hasn't been demon-possessed for all of it. It was just demon-possessed for a lot of it.
Oh, no. Okay, I don't know that I could stay in a house that I knew was demon-possessed. Saw too many movies.
So after they moved in, people started implying that they had bought the haunted house. And so Bob's mother suggested that a priest come out and bless the house. Now, Bob had grown up Catholic, but his family was attending Library Baptist, I believe.
Okay.
So priest comes out, goes through the house, and little Bobby blocks the entrance to his room. Little Bobby's only like 3 at the time.
Why?
So Bobby's room at the time was the blue room.
Oh, no.
Which is a big feature in this story, as you will see, and is one of the rooms that you can currently stay in at the bed and breakfast. And if I'm going to stay at the bed and breakfast, I'm going to stay at the blue room. I'm going to book the blue room.
Folks, you know it's bad when they name a room after a color. Okay? You know nothing good can come of it.
Is that like Tomsic Manor? Tomsic Hall?
Tomsic Hall, that's right.
Yes.
Don't go there. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing that Bob notices is that he has to get his coat out of the closet in the mornings, like you do. Bob notices that the cord, which is a little chain, one of those pull chain lights, it's a picture in the book, it is either wrapped around the light or it is meticulously wrapped around one of the screws by the light.
Every morning?
Yes.
I would think that something's off there.
Bob mentions this to his wife. Lisa says, was not me. I didn't do this. And at the time, the kids were too small to reach it.
Yeah, they'd have to jump on top of each other to...
Yes, they would. So Bob says, oh, well, we must have a ghost. So they've got experiences like this for a while. A radio would turn itself on. The kids would hear walking and knocking in the hallway at night. One of the kids saw a misty black shadow in the bathroom.
I mean, this is all red flags to me. Big time.
Yes. So I am going to go into our book here, and I am going to read Bobby's experience in the blue room.
Blue room.
Word for word from the Demon of Brownsville Road. Bobby relayed, I was in 5th grade and I'd stayed home from school sick. My mom had taken all of my siblings to school, and then she went to the pharmacy. I was in my room in bed looking out the window. I heard a strange noise, something like bagpipes playing. The noise got louder and louder, and then the door to my room opens, and this thing comes into my room. It was made out of what looked like static or lightning bolts in the shape of a kid's body, but with no face. It then seemed to hop or skip into my room, stood at the foot of my bed, and then it went back out the door. I stared at the door, and then this dark figure that I can only compare to the image of the Grim Reaper ran past the door. As I stared at the door in shock, I saw a hand stick out of the black robe on its arm. As I'm staring at the hand reaching into the doorway, I pull my blankets over my head in terror. Then the blankets are ripped out of my hands and flew to my feet, folded perfectly. I looked up, and there was another figure floating above me. It was looking down at me. If you took a human body and turned it into a light bulb, that's what it would look like. There was no facial features, just a light bulb person. I closed my eyes and screamed really loud, and it all stopped. I lay in bed until my mom got home, but didn't say anything. I felt actual terror, like I was going to die. When I told this story to the priest, they said the small entity that came in first was a ghost or a spirit the larger evil entity in black had under its control, and it was all designed to terrify me. However, the glowing entity over my bed apparently was a guardian angel that intervened to protect me, and it ended it. The whole experience was terrifying, and I didn't feel there was an angelic being there at all. It was all horrible.
Wow.
So that's word for word. That is Bobby's rendition of what happened to him in the Blue Room, which was his bedroom.
So Bobby was the Blue Room kid.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty much assaulted by multiple entities.
Yes. Yes.
And pretty much it screwed him up for life.
It really did, because Bobby and at least one of the other sons went on to have some very severe psychiatric issues that resulted in them spending some time in Western Psychiatric Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would do it. Folks, what do you think about that? Do you believe this story? A, and B, do you think that this really did damage these kids? Obviously, we believe so. They believe so. What's your call on this? Let us know. Put it in the comments section, or send us an email at strangeworld777@yahoo.com. We want to hear from you. So Sue, so obviously Bobby was damaged. You say
Yes.
there was another kid damaged?
One of the other boys was damaged by this.
Damaged. I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, that's really affected. Damaged is a good word for it, but yeah, really walked away with some issues from the spirit. Now, every member of the family would go on to see that black shadowy figure that was in the house.
so it wasn't just the one or the two, number one or two kid. It was everybody.
Right. And apparently the shadowy creature had a smell that accompanied it that smelled like rubber mixed with sulfur.
So here we go again with the rubber sulfur smell.
Yeah. Remember we talked in that one episode about the sulfur smell being associated with demons?
Yeah.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, no, well, you said at your house it was sewage.
Yes, in
'Cause
my house it was sewage. It does not sound like it was sewage in Bob's house.
No, so it's the sulfur of hell.
Yes.
The sulfur
Yes.
smell of hell.
Yes.
Like I said, folks, I'll take a pass.
So Bobby was so affected that there was even one incident where he and Bob got into an argument that resulted in a fight, which resulted in Bob's arrest.
Bob got arrested for fighting his own kid.
That happened about 2003. I don't know that I lived in the area at the time. I don't remember that happening. I don't know if you do.
No, I do not.
Okay. They did try to sell the house once. Bobby and the son Charlie both ended up in Western Psychiatric, and they had problems for years.
So what we can say and glean from this is that there definitely was something off here.
Yes.
I mean, this doesn't happen because you try to fake something or it's part of your imagination. Something occurred there.
Yes, something definitely happened to this family in this house. Bob started going back to the Catholic Church. And he noticed that there were some things kicking up in the house again about Christmas of 2003 because he found the light cord wrapped again. So something's messing with me again. Well, he decided he was going to try putting a rosary on the cord.
It's a Catholic thing to do.
Very Catholic thing to do. The beads were either wrapped around the light or they were fully removed and placed on a hook elsewhere in the closet. He put a few other objects on the chain and did not get the same results. So whatever it was messing with did not like the rosary.
Didn't like Jesus.
No.
I can imagine it wouldn't.
Yes.
So this went on for a while?
This went on for a while, and Bob had befriended a group of nuns at a local convent that was around there. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know, but there was a group of nuns, and one of them was Mother Maria. Mother Maria suggested that the behavior of the children and the reaction of the rosary indicated to her that this was an evil entity, and Mother Maria had a priest that she believed he should contact. So we're going to enter Father Ed Moran.
The Demon Patrol.
This is just the first priest that they have come out.
Wow.
Yeah. So he gives the family communion and explains what's happening. Okay, this must have calmed everything down, right? Next day, Bob wakes up and finds that his art collection is hanging crooked on all of the walls.
They weren't happy.
The demon did not like his art collection. And there was a funny thing about it. Remember we talked about the story of the mother and the children being killed on the property by Native Americans?
Right.
The art that Bob had hanging on the walls depicted Native Americans.
Oh.
So he may have made something very angry hanging that up there.
Wow.
Yes.
It's kind of creepy in itself.
It is. This was the first priest that came out there. And Bob noticed that anytime they tried to take steps, like having a mass in the house, the spirit would lash out at them and then they would calm down. So it would get angry about having that in the house, or it would react something to the holy aspect of it, and then it would calm back down.
So there was some connection there.
There is. Another priest comes out. This is Father Mike's Slavagna. I think I am pronouncing that correctly. Father, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. We'll call him Father Mike.
Father Mike. Yeah,
Father Mike. So they have another mass in the house. Bob feels that things have gotten better. But it's not quite how things worked out.
Oh, of course not.
No.
Wouldn't be a book.
Right. Now, at this point in the house, Bob's daughter, Jessica, her husband, and young son are living in the house with them. They do the good grandparent thing. They set up a bedroom for the little boy on the third floor.
Oh.
First night that they are living in the house, Bob's son-in-law goes to check on the baby. Son-in-law looks into the baby's bedroom, and then he sees that someone is already leaning over checking on the baby.
What?
He goes and finds his wife, and he says, "What were you doing in the dark in the baby's room?" And she says, "I've been down here the whole time." Like, wasn't me.
You thought it was an adult?
Yes. There was definitely some sort of dark figure leaning over the baby's bed.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He saw the dark figure, and he takes time to go ask his wife if that was her.
He asked if...
Wouldn't you go after the dark figure? I mean,
he
I
asked,
would.
"What are you doing in there?" Because he didn't understand why she was standing in the room in the dark.
Okay.
Like staring at the baby.
So what happened to the dark figure?
Disappears. And so he goes downstairs to talk to his wife about it, and that's when everybody's rattled.
No pun intended there?
No pun intended.
Rattled. Okay.
So the son-in-law goes out of town. Daughter and the grandbaby are sleeping in their bedroom. Jessica wakes up to see a figure standing at the foot of the bed. She can see its face grinning at her in the dark. How terrifying is that?
Grinning?
Yes. This is when Bob and Lisa find out that Jessica had been having sleep paralysis in her bedroom as a teenager, because she is having sleep paralysis at this moment, which they had no idea of back then.
She never said anything.
Never said anything
no one
about
noticed it.
No, but she sees this figure in her room, and this time she realizes she's having sleep paralysis and tells her parents about it. And she admitted she didn't really know what was going on at the time. She thought maybe she was dreaming, something else was going on.
Well, her two brothers had issues.
Yes.
Now, years later, this emerges that she realized that it affected her through sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember we talked about sleep paralysis in that one episode? There's something to that. There's something to it with the place. Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
You know, sleep paralysis, night terrors. My daughter had night terrors for years, would sit up and scream, and her eyes would not blink till she actually woke up. It was quite terrifying.
That would be terrifying.
And of course, sleep paralysis is worse because you can't move, and you know you can't move.
Mm-hmm. I have not had sleep paralysis in a long time.
You had it before. You mentioned
I have had it before. Yes, I've talked about it in one of our other videos. I can't remember which one, so you'll have to go back and watch them all to hear my stories.
Binge watch Nights Around the Fire. While you're binge watching, like or
squatch
each video, and then make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's foolish not to subscribe. I mean, this is the channel to subscribe to.
Cannonsburg's #1 paranormal podcast.
#1. Nobody tops us here.
No,
Nobody.
Bob decides that this is the night that he is going to read the New Testament aloud.
Okay.
He gets up at 2 a.m. He reads the New Testament aloud, and when he wakes up, he finds that his rosary beads have had the links pushed together into a figure 8, and it's not just something that anybody could have done to mess with him. Like, it's something like a jeweler would have done.
So the entity's just not scary. He works part-time as a jeweler and electrician.
I like to hear about ghosts with hobbies.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do the rest of the time?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bored. No one's home. I mean, I scared the crap out of them for 3 hours last night. They need some electrical work done here.
Well, the demon decides to do something else.
Oh, no.
This same night, Bob dozes off, and he wakes up the next morning with 3 scratches on his neck.
What?
Yeah.
So, physical. He got physical with him.
And the demon goes on to get physical with other members of the family. So I'm going to toss some names out now that you may remember. Do you remember Mayor Tom Murphy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Bob is a friend of Tom Murphy's, and Tom Murphy calls Bishop David Worrell. Do you remember David Worrell?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he was the bishop for the Pittsburgh diocese.
Until he became a cardinal.
He is now a cardinal.
I think he died.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. But
he's still a cardinal, but just not here.
Yeah, he's just not alive anymore. Bishop Worrell suggests that they contact another priest, Father Ron Legwin. Father Legwin is the priest who suggests that Bob dig into the house's history. This is where we get back to knowing about whether or not the house was haunted when he bought it.
It's always good to know the history. Remember that.
Bob talks to at least one previous owner of the house who had spiritual issues in the house. And he talks to the people that they bought the house from, but they don't want to discuss this.
Okay. Understandable.
Yes. Things have progressed so badly in the family now that multiple family members are experiencing physical wounds.
So these entities or entity has stepped it up.
Yes.
Now it's getting more violent.
And this was going on for years. This wasn't just a few months, but this was going on for years.
And they were trying to sell this house off and on?
They tried to sell it at least once. Bob says that he did feel bad about saddling another family with this, which I get. Yeah.
It's just fair to have full disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
If they buy it, they buy it. He did not get full disclosure when he bought it.
Correct.
Which is unfair
Correct.
to him.
Yes. So Father Legwin goes on to consult the Diocese of New York.
Oh.
Yes. He goes right up there. And he gives the family a multi-step ritual that he wants performed in the house. Father Legwin's not messing around.
He's pulling out all the arsenal.
He's pulling out all the arsenals. So things get pretty quiet in the house. They calm down a bit and starts back up. Noises, clock stopping, computers freezing, appliances breaking, Bob's watch stopping.
Is this... Can I go back here? We know that there was more than one entity. Because the little boy saw...
Three things.
So it wasn't just this demon.
No.
There was other entities that were attached to the demon he was controlling. That's what the priest said. The nuns said.
Which I think is a good point. That you're
Right.
just because a house is haunted doesn't mean it's evil. This one was evil. But just because it's haunted doesn't mean it's bad.
Right. I agree with that. I mean, that's what the nuns said. Now, nuns, for me, they're frightening. I went to Catholic Sunday school, catechism, and they were tough. They just pick you right up off your feet and put you against the wall, man. No one to mess with there.
I don't think I've ever met a nun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, God bless them. But don't tangle with them.
No.
So the pickup here, we now know it's escalating. He's got this arsenal. Did he use the arsenal, and that's when it calmed down?
Calmed down and started back up again. But do you know what they did after this?
What?
They got a DVD of The Passion of the Christ, and they played it 24/7 on repeat.
Oh.
In 2 rooms.
Oh. That's called heavy artillery.
Yes. In Bob's research of the house, he finds out that there is a rumor that the Blue Room may have been connected to illegal abortions that were performed by a doctor in Brentwood in the 20s and 30s.
I would not doubt that, and that adds another layer here.
One of the priests tells them that Bobby is affected the most because he almost died at birth. So the veil between Bobby and death is very thin.
Oh, yeah.
Bob's wife is also particularly affected because she is a woman who has children, and a lot of children have died on the property.
Okay, so this is how they rationalize it all and kind of try to piece it together.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think, friends? Let us know. Okay, so what happened?
At this point in the game, things are so bad, the walls are bleeding.
Is this the Amityville Horror?
It is. But this one's real. Like, this one's legit.
Yeah, that was fake.
That was fake. Yeah, we said it here. All right, so we're going to start wrapping this up because this is the high-level Cliff Notes version of this book. There is a lot more to it. I encourage everyone to read it. So let's bring in our final priest of the evening. From the Archdiocese of New York, we're going to bring in Father David Lebar.
Welcome, Father David Lebar. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Demon House.
Demon House on Brownsville Road. He is willing to come to Pittsburgh and look at the house. Okay, great. So he plans to come September of 2005. As this visit is planned, Bob and his wife start having some very weird, unusual dreams. And at one point, his wife gets up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and she is shoved in the darkness. Just kind of my nightmare.
I would say that's a nightmare, a living nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she was shoved.
So Father Lebar comes, and they do a half-an-hour ceremony in the house. Does not stop the activity. This is the time that Bob says, I think the problem is coming from the basement. The basement was always an issue. The kids were afraid of the basement. Everybody was afraid of the basement. So
who isn't?
Bob says, we need to go downstairs and we need to do a mass in the basement because that is the hot spot.
Took him a long time to figure that out.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not the attic. First floor, second floor, third floor. It's the basement.
And
it's always the basement when it's not the attic.
The blue room is a problem, but the blue room is not the basement.
Okay.
So they do the mass in the basement, and this is what finally seems to calm the house down.
Wow.
The basement was the
Portal.
problems portal.
That was in the haunting of, was it Massachusetts or?
The haunting in Connecticut.
That's it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Connecticut.
That was a good one.
It was the basement.
Yes.
The portal was there.
Yeah, because in the haunting of in Connecticut, that was where the funeral home had been, and like the kid was sleeping in like the autopsy room or whatever it's called.
Folks, study your house before you buy it. If it's older, there might have been a mortuary, a funeral home. There might be a portal in your basement. Check it out first.
Or it could be like my house was owned by a priest.
Well, Sue had her house was owned by Father Jugan, a Greek Orthodox priest, and he was a tough guy, so no one's messing with her there.
No, if he's the one who's haunting my house, well, I say that in jest. However, I said that to a friend a few years ago, and she said, imagine how many people the priest gave last rites to that followed him home afterwards because they made them feel better. And I went, oh.
Yeah. Friends, we don't condone people being followed home. If it happens, and it has happened.
It has happened. We've talked about it in past videos.
There's ways to get rid of that. Check your local priest. Obviously, you have a whole host of priests that could come and visit you. So Sue, from this point on, there's been no real activity.
There has not been, and they want to keep it this way.
I can understand that.
Now, if you buy the house and you want to wake something up, that is at your own hands, and we don't really condone that either.
But it's run as a bed and breakfast right now.
Yes. So you can stay there. Anybody can stay there. I don't know when I'm going to be able to book time to go. So if it's still a bed and breakfast, maybe I will.
Well, okay, Sue, you have fun with that. Report back if you come back.
I'll video it.
Video it. I hope you enjoyed this, friends. This was a very good one. Again, the book is called
The Demon of Brownsville Road.
It's legitimate. It's here in the Pittsburgh area. Actually, not that far from here.
No, it's really not.
And well-known. The guy's well-known. And a lot of news on it back in the day. So read the book. We maybe can get the author on. We're hoping.
We're hoping
an interview,
we can.
Maybe. A lot of folks, once they're done with a topic, they're done. We'll try.
You might be able to see the house if you email and ask nicely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would try that. If you really want to see the house and you don't want to book a night, I would just try that. Send them a nice email and ask them. Maybe bring them some cookies or something.
Like I said, good luck with that. Thanks again. Listen, if you enjoyed the podcast tonight and you've enjoyed all of our topics and our videos, please hit the subscribe button right now.
Squash that like button.
And share the video with your friends, family, and neighbors. Go through all of our videos. Love them all. Join us on Facebook.
Canonsburg Paranormal Discussion Group.
And
Instagram for Nights Around the Fire.
Keep in touch with all of us. And again, we'll be back very soon with another episode of Nights Around the Fire. In the meantime, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.